How do you see the role of NGOs for the next future?
Well, Ignasi, I think the big change is going to be around how we address the big questions facing the world. And the obvious big one is how climate change relates to inequality. And that means, I think, a lot more focus on policy, on campaigning, on building active citizens for change, and less of more traditional programming, which involves lots of money being transferred from rich countries to poor countries. It's going to be much more about a political partnership to solve the world's problems.
And do you think that the economic context with all these crises in Europe is promoting that we have more people who are involved in this kind of engagement that you were commenting?
I think there will be in the end. I mean, I know there's such pressure on European people because of the terrible crisis that's happened. But I think people will start to see the linkages between their situation and developing countries. And I think we will see that the causes are the same and the solutions have to be the same.
Social activists, they say that NGOs, we want to control everything. And they consider that within social movements, they can act with much more capacity and freedom. What do you think about that?
We play a different role. We implement programs in countries where we have legal accountabilities to governments, both our donor government and the host government. So we can't just do whatever we feel like. We have to be very careful about how we shape our programs to meet our mission, but we also have to be very accountable.
Social entrepreneurs, they are normally tiny in comparison with NGOs, but they are fast, quick, very innovative. No? What can we learn from them?
Well, again, it comes back to that question of focus, the ability to really concentrate on a smaller number of things, a lower cost base if you're a smaller organisation. We have got to a size where we need quite a lot of resources to keep the organisation going. So I think there is an argument for big NGOs to think about maybe not always being as big as they want to be and separating different parts of their organisation into different business units.
I was going to ask, what is the role of companies to fight poverty? Do they have an active role, or do they only have to reduce their negative impact in society and the environment?
I think in the modern age they need to be much more than just doing no harm. And for a lot of companies, doing no harm would be a good start. But clearly companies need to be engaged in supporting policies that are going to be beneficial, whether it's around social policy or climate. And we work with a lot of companies now who understand that and understand that they may not be perfect, but they can work towards improvement.
What kind of social leader do we need for the future?
Well, they need to be people who can see the linkages between different scenarios and different contexts. They can help tell a story which is very powerful, that brings together the different strands of what is happening, so that it makes sense for people why this situation, and also makes sense what the solutions might be. And I think it's less of the person leading from the front, so let's go this way, and someone who's much more able to listen, to synthesize, to mold thinking and direction. I think those kinds of leaders who are flexible are going to be very important in NGOs.
Thank you, Jeremy, and good luck.
Thank you.